A year ago, I had a wild idea. What if I bring a group of international remote workers to live, work, and play in my home country of China for a month?
Don't crash. Let it go, let it go.
After a year of planning, it became a reality. This new model of experience-based group travel where attendees work during the day, socialize at night, and go on excursions on the weekend became my favorite way to travel and build lifelong friendships while living my rootless existence as a worldwide digital nomad.
I'm not peeing.
I hope not.
Faster, faster.
I can't. I have a.
I took my attendees to a small city that nobody, not even most Chinese people, have heard of. Situated at 1,500 meters above sea level, this mountain town called Mile in the province of Yunnan in southwest China, right above Thailand and Vietnam, is named after Buddha. The town is famous for its hot springs, relaxed lifestyle, wine, and blueberries. Yep, all the things one wouldn't necessarily associate with China. After a day of work, we were headed to the local night market, where we ran into one of the many live streaming sessions that happen daily all over China, featuring a lady in local ethnic minority traditional clothing performing a comical dance, and a ladyboy. Apparently in China, we have those too. But our group of mostly European attendees stood out even more than the live streamers because China is still relatively less traveled to by international tourists. These locals are super curious about us. We were asked to be in photos by the live streamers themselves. Our presence also caught the attention of the head of the PR department of the night market. He offered our group free firewood grilled potatoes, of course, in exchange for a few photos for his market promotional needs. So this potato is for free, courtesy of promotional budget of this market, and we're enjoying free potato with about 20 kinds of condiments. I designed this retreat very much to center around cultural immersion and exchange. When in China, our world-famous cuisine can be experienced to the fullest. We're lucky to have a few foodie attendees in the group, and in our very first group dinner, we tried the most famous regional cuisine of Yunnan province, wild mushroom hotpot. We've never seen this many varieties of mushrooms before. Kids.
If I encountered them in the forest, I would not.
You would not be eating. Of course. You don't want to risk it.
Very nice. It'd be really good. Like if the flavor.
煮半个小时36分钟啊。
煮半个小时才能吃是吧？
筷子跟勺子和菌子熟了再拿给你们啊。
哦，好的。30 minutes we have to cook.
Oh wow.
So we have time.
We talk.
He actually sets a 30-minute timer.
Yeah, it's a timer.
It's a timer. The food theme continued to our nightly workshops. This evening, our group learned how to make dumplings from the owner of a local dumpling restaurant, and also my mother.
Say hi, Stella. Introduce your mom.
Hi, this is my mom, the teacher of dumpling.
The excellent dumpling teacher. So amazing. Show us how you fold that, Stella.
Okay,
what do we need
so,
to do?
Here we go. You put in a little amount of meat or vegetable, if you prefer, inside. The trick is not too little, but not too much. So you have to figure it out yourself.
Yes.
But then, at first, you're going to close the middle first.
Okay,
You're going to close the middle, and then you're going to fold up the front area to yourself to leave a little bit bit of a pocket behind, and then you fold this side. Oops, it exploded. But you got the idea. And then you do the same thing to the other side, and then fold it up, and then hope it does not explode. But it's fine if it does.
Amazing. Thank you.
It's one of the easiest ways to get started with Chinese food cooking, and also a terrific team-building exercise because that's what most Chinese families do during the Chinese New Year holidays. One of the things that stood out to our group is the immense variety of Chinese cuisines. Literally every restaurant has a unique menu. almost never repeating the same type of dishes. That's why I wasn't able to answer the question when I was asked, what is the national dish of China? We simply don't have one because we have too many. In our retreat, we were lucky to have experienced quite a few of these ourselves. We have the most creative cuisine tonight. Boat congee. Oh wait, boat congee, yes. And then tower egg. And then we have peanut, what? Sticky peanut dumplings.
The dessert.
The dessert, exactly. Is it good?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then we have watermelon in a bucket. And then we have fried rice as well. And then peacock. Speaking of things that are unique, I was so grateful that this time we were able to invite a teacher who graduated from the Central Academy of Music in Beijing, which is the #1 top music conservatory in China, to teach our attendees some basics of Chinese musical instruments. And to my surprise, our attendees learned incredibly fast. We have some musical talents in the house who immediately was able to play a simple song. There you go. Following our music lesson, the arts and culture theme continued throughout the retreat. After a busy day at work, my dad showed our attendees how to do Chinese crafts, including Chinese paper cut and Chinese knot making.
Yes.
What are you struggling with?
This is supposed to look like 27, but it's just not.
Right. What does it look like now?
Misshapen heart.
Misshapen heart. Filipa, you did the Chinese knot on the second try? And this is my mom, of course, who's video bombing. There we go. So how do you feel? Is it more difficult or easier than the Chinese paper cut?
Easier.
Easier?
Yeah.
Wow. Although we struggle a little bit, but
Yeah,
finally
but
we got
it's
it.
easier. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nice.
Maybe I can wear it like on,
Yeah. Wear it on your head.
or like do some sort of.
Yes. As a hair tie? Yes. Before we knew it, it was Friday night, and that only means one thing in most Chinese friendship circles: karaoke time. We did it just like a group of friends in China. But first things first, we had a little fun with the many super high-tech features of a typical Chinese karaoke. Then enter the battle between our rap queen, Camille, French chanson duo Camille and Gabrielle, Portuguese karaoke queen Filipa, and myself singing some Chinese classic songs representing China. On the weekends, we go on excursions to see natural landscapes and architectural wonders nearby. This particular Saturday, we went to the much-anticipated Stone Forest, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, 1 hour and a half away from our retreat headquarters. Stone Forest consists of thousands of limestone rock formations looking like petrified trees. Aside from foodies, our group also has nature lovers who love going off the beaten path. As someone with zero sense of direction, my role as the retreat host was less useful today, but luckily our attendees seemed to know exactly where to go to avoid all the tourists, and we found just the right spot. What is your name?
Bauke.
And what do you think of the Stone Forest?
It's amazing.
Yeah? And why are we alone now? with no other tourists?
Because we chose to climb and others can be bored.
Others just take pictures and go. Don't do it. That's the lesson. It turns out that most tourists don't go past a certain point after they're done with photos. But we did, and once we pushed past that, we were able to enjoy an area completely to ourselves, but no others. Of course, that's until we heard some eerie sounds of bells and found ourselves, well, not quite alone. No. Oh God, Filipa said ni hao to goats. But even us, as non-tourists as we like to think ourselves because we're staying for quite a while, we're not immune to photos. Our attendee Bauke from the Netherlands was subjected to a round of photo directions.
No, but not in a weird way like this. Like crazy. Like you conquered the mountain. Now. Do it also with the hands up, like hands up.
Well, speaking of photos, the next day of the weekend, we headed to perhaps one of the most photogenic spots of the country, an architectural resort designed by a local artist. This massive resort is decorated with a dozen vase-shaped houses, and it turns out is the perfect place to discover a theme in China: randomness. So many things in China are comical combinations of things that either don't match or don't make any sense. The first thing is, don't believe in the accuracy of any ice cream flavors, as our attendees discovered in horror that they almost never match what it claims to taste like. From digital nomads in China, we suck in ice cream flavors. And we're very good at mixing different flavors from different countries and claiming it otherwise. I don't know. So, Filipa, what does your vanilla ice cream cone taste like?
Banana. Yesterday was strawberry, today is banana.
But what was the flavor supposed to be yesterday?
Vanilla.
Vanilla. And similar things happen to coffee as well. Opening Laotian coffee in a Thai bag with a bonus hair clip in flower hair clip. And then it's in a plastic bag, of course.
Yes, very cute, very tropical.
But surprisingly, there's one type of quote-unquote Western food we do make it right here in China. Croissant tasting. So French taste.
I expected way worse. It's not that bad.
Oh really? Okay, yeah. French approved. Oh my. If buying Laotian coffee in China delivered in a Thai bag with a bonus-free Hawaiian flower hair clip is mind-blowing, then what happened next made our visit even more memorable. At the suggestion of Filipa, we approached the private residence of the artist who created this whole resort and asked if we can visit his home, even though the gate was shut. And we got in, just like that. The staff member at his house was incredibly nice. They kindly invited us in and said we can wander around for as long as we like. Moral of the story, ask. Always ask. Nomads in Chinese artists' private residence and studio.
The no is always uncertain.
Exactly. The worst you can get is a no. Yeah. We were transported to Europe instantly in this house. The artist also seems to love using human body parts as his inspiration for art.
I want to live here.
Me too.
So nice. Yes.
Can we get married and live here?
We'll get married, come to China, and it's your house.
Exactly. The same artist also created another stunning art park in a nearby city, which we paid a visit to on another weekend. This art park is completely Squid Games-coded. We were enveloped in endless pink walls in a maze and some quite interesting objects peeking through the holes of these walls. So what do you think of the objects poking out from every little
Flowers or something I've never seen before? I don't know.
Wow. You know, these are mushrooms, I think. Because mushrooms is a regional specialty. Yeah, exactly. See? Yeah, absolutely. Don't we agree?
Yeah, mushrooms, definitely.
And FYI, the artist is a man. Everyone who's watching this video, tell us what you think. What do you think these delightful things are?
Help us solve the mystery we're lost.
As we walked through more of the exhibition hall, we found, well, let's say the perfect companion to the mysterious objects that puzzled us through the holes. Oh, God. Ooh, that's a vagina. I'm sorry. What is this not? I'm sorry. We found it, Beth. We found it. We found the perfect friend for the other stuff that we just witnessed. Well, it's safe to say that the artist clearly is a fan of different human body parts, but not so much a fan of anything ordinary. When we went for a coffee break, we found that we had to enter the coffee shop in a somewhat unconventional way. You have to walk like this. Mind your head. And now you're in the underground cafe. And you have to go like this to get out again. We wrapped up our quirky art experience in another super low-key art park, which most Chinese tourists don't even know about. This sculptural park inside of Yunnan province's iconic desert mountain landscapes was full of imagination, creativity, and surprises. And of course, we can't escape the Chinese randomness here either. I am so excited. I'm not at Disney, but I feel like this is better than Disney because I just love how otherworldly these sculptures are. And behind me, it's Harry Potter. It's Hagrid, Hermione, and Harry. My favorite childhood heroes. Oh. Hi, Beth! Ooh! What do you think of this interesting, insane sculpture park?
It is a surreal children's park with Harry Potter, and we love it.
Yeah, and you said some are biblical?
Some of them look like Moses parting the Red Sea, so we're not quite sure what's going on, but there's something for everyone.
It has a bit of Chinese, bit of Western, and a bit for everything.
Bit of fantasy. So
Yes.
whatever you like.
This is like China, like Disney China, like, but better. I don't know.
Yes,
I
so
like
much
it.
better.
Yeah, because it's embedded in this amazing, like, natural landscape area. So besides the quirky sculptures, where's the actual Chinese randomness here? It was waiting for us in the tourist shop. So naked woman next to Mao. Wait, this is insane. Naked woman next to Mao and Buddha. With the blink of an eye, we were already at the last weekend of the inaugural Digital Nomads retreat in China that I hosted. Remember how I mentioned this city is famous for its hot springs? Of course, we can't miss this before sending everyone away. I picked one of the local favorites, a hot springs built deep inside of a mountain, and visitors can only reach there by speedboat. Okay. Yeah, they have wine as well. Okay. If you're used to Western-style hot springs, you will be in for a surprise because the water is extremely hot in Chinese hot springs. Unlike the West, we drink hot water on a daily basis, and when it comes to hot springs, we also like it extra hot. So an intriguing accessory to this foot bath is the multiple bowls that we have sitting next to us. Apparently, when it's too cold, you can just pour additional hot water onto your feet. And now all of our feet and legs are cooked.
Yeah. look at the color difference.
Exactly. This is not your normal skin color. How do you feel?
I'm an indigenous person now.
Oh, you're red. Actually, this is Red River Valley.
Oh,
so no
yeah,
wonder.
Yeah, I'm getting the minerals.
No wonder we're all red. And how do you like China so far?
Oh, I'm loving it.
Yeah?
Everyone should come.
Yes?
Especially with Stella.
Ah, why?
Because she's such a good organizer. So
Aw.
she'll plan everything.
Yes, I'm so glad you guys are here.
We are glad to be here too.
Up until all the attendees showed up, I still couldn't believe this retreat was happening. Months of preparation, anticipation, and sometimes anxiety was all worth it when I saw everyone enjoying my home country to the fullest, like a local. Many of our attendees made local friends, and some are already returning to China for the second time in our next edition of the retreat. This experience proved that China can be a compelling remote work and travel destination, and I look forward to bringing like-minded digital nomads here every year. Stay tuned for my next video with another wild story of my life as a digital nomad around the world. Subscribe and like this video if you enjoy it, and I'll see you again next time.